It's you.
Hi, buddy.
That's me. I would claim that honor. The funny part is I was going to say something about how I was a cheesy, foolish guy. That proof has been made for you. Your Majesties, I am Phillip White, a member of the Order of the Pelican, and I will speak for this candidate. Do I have your permission to address you as a populace? So, there's this thing I thought I could talk about, because she's like the plant lady, and I could talk about how, like, if you take a plant and sometimes you move it out of the old soil and you put it into the fresh new soil, it can flourish. That sounded kind of cheesy, so I wasn't going to do that. And I thought I could talk about how she's like the research lady, and I could talk about how all the work that goes behind, like, putting numbers and things together. But I didn't want to do that either. So what I was going to talk about is if we strip away all of these things, if we take away, I mean, it would be hard, but if we take away the hats that we wear, or the facade, or just all the rest of it, and we get to the heart of who this woman is, we're going to find somebody that just cares enough to want to serve anybody and everybody that she comes across. Doesn't matter if they're research-oriented or they're plant-oriented, she just wants to help. She wants to help each and one of you in this room. Does anybody feel like they have been touched by the work that this woman has done? That's the testament of the people that have just felt your influence on them over the past year while you served as champion and even before that. So a personal note for you, I don't think I have ever been fulfilled in my service to the society as serving as Kingdom A&S Minister with you as my partner as champion. So I'm so sad that you stepped down today. You are my friend, I love you, and I'm so happy that you are now stepping up into this order, and I commend you to her to be a member of the Order of Laurel. So we are to do some awesome...
Is there a member of the Order of the Defense that will speak for this candidate? Your Majesties, Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, I am Mistress Ailis MacIntosh, Companion of the Pelican, Companion of the Laurel, Master of Defense, 11th Tiger of the East, by the wrath of God if I am anything. They told me it would be inappropriate to speak for my apprentice as her Laurel. So we found a way around that. Arts and sciences in the East and in the SCA in general are very much about the making of things. And very often the making of things is the focus, and the documentation is what you do later that you don't look forward to. And it is often difficult for those for whom the documentation is the project to get other people to understand why they are passionate about data, and that hours spent in front of books is just as much of value to the society as hours spent in front of a forge or a loom. The remit of the Order of Defense is perseverance. And as someone whose passion and whose drive and whose love is research, Raziya has shown remarkable perseverance in making that love known and sharing it with all those of the East and the known world. She has shown remarkable perseverance in facing people who are skeptical about how a database can be art. Yet when that database contains every single reference to every single plant in a published period work, how can it not be? This lady is a peer. This lady is an example. And I commend her to you most highly.
rose.
Your Majesties, I am Keelan, Princess of Tirmara, heir to the thrones of my beloved East. Well, one of them.
Oh no, sorry, you girl.
Lady of the Rose, and as long as I have breath, that is my right. Courtesy is not simply being kind. Inspiration is not only found in grand speeches and grand gestures. Raziya is unapologetically exactly who she is. I have never known anyone who knows their own mind so well and advocates so confidently for herself and for others. Raziya is passionate about what she does, and she commits to nothing if she cannot do so fully. Her promises are sacred. She has many gifts. Among them are her dedication to learning, to teaching, to her craft, to her community, to encouraging others to find their own passions. But that's not her greatest gift. Her greatest gift is that she really sees people. And she makes them feel, she makes them know that they are seen. Some of you have heard this story because I love to tell it. I was a recently retired countess. And I was at Mudthaw retaining for a tiny toddler who was known to wander off in various directions. And it was my job to keep him from wandering off into dangerous directions. Raziya and I were speaking under the day shade. And Brian started toddling off, and I started toddling after him. And something felt wrong. Something was weird, and I couldn't figure out what it was. My expectation had become, I'm sorry, I gotta go. Running off after him. What was weird was that she followed me without any ceremony, without making any deal of it. She was just there, talking to me, like I was an adult human. And she did that without any thought. It was just, I'm having this conversation, and I'm going to continue having it. That has been so precious to me. And that's what I mean when I say she sees you. Back to what I wrote. Her fierce dedication to those she loves, her broad and passionate encouragement of others, her thoughtless selflessness. These are the things that she brings to your Order of the Laurel. And your order will only be better for it. Your Majesties, on my honor as a rose, and with the fullest conviction of my heart, Raziya is my peer. And anyone who has anything to say about that can see me later and face my wrath.